So I've gone ahead and in my live streams, I was talking about wanting to make some modifications and change a few things around on the Psycho Gundam. Mainly that's going to be to do with like these piping and hose details here. I just want to replace them with actual piping and hoses and stuff like that. Some of these are going to be pretty simple, like this here should be a pretty quick and easy little modification. These two here for this piece of the front skirt are probably going to be a little trickier. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna be able to modify those, but we'll find out. And again, the neck one as well. These should be fairly simple to just mod. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with the easiest ones here. I'm just gonna grab my nippers and I'm gonna leave just a little bit of piping still there. And then we can kind of cut away a little bit more, like so. And with these, I should just be able to drill out some holes here. And fits. I got an arrangement of wires that I'll go through here in just a moment. And then I thought about maybe omitting this piece and leaving like a little bit of a gap in the shoulder, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut those away here so that way I can still fit that detail in. And these, let's see, it's going to be the best way to cut this. Just kind of clip away, and then we'll sand that all down. And yeah, I guess I could just like that. Then we'll sand this nice and smooth, and then it'll just slot right back in to the shoulder armor section. Go ahead, get it done on this side as well. Okay, set these pieces off to the side, and then we'll go ahead and work on drilling out the holes and getting these nice and modified. So, and we'll do some more sanding too and clean a lot of that up as well. There we go. And so let's see, I do have some different wire here. I don't think I had anything really that matches that thickness. I've got some, it's just some metal like jewelry wire, and it's good, but it's a little bit too it's a little bit too stiff, where I want these to be able to actually kind of move around a little bit. This is the wire that comes with the kit for the Psychomu arms, and it's a little thinner than the molded wire. Then I also have, and this is just some basic plastic tubing wire. It's essentially the same as what's coating this. It just doesn't have the actual metal in there. And yeah, that's not going to be exact, but I don't really need it to be exactly the same. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this here and just clip a little piece off. And I also have some brass wire as well. And we can just kind of feed that. Yeah, it's a little tangled up here. We should be able to just feed that through it like so. And this is a lot more malleable. It's a little easier to kind of bend to shape and have some give and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and run a little bit through there. I'm going to leave just a little bit poking out on both sides also. And so we'll now have some wire like that to work with. And well, I guess I really should have probably measured those beforehand, but I'll probably be able to guesstimate, because I am going to have to probably modify this section here as well. I'll probably have to drill in some holes because on the kit itself, that's kind of where the molded wires kind of end. They don't go into anything, they just kind of, stop. So I'll probably drill out some holes and we can feed the wire in through there as well. But let's go ahead, let's drill out the hole details here. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take, this is just a little panel line rescriber, but it's got a nice little straight point on it. So I'm going to find some with the center and just give ourselves something to kind of start with. There we go. Probably about there should be good. And same on that side. And go ahead. I've already got like a nice, somewhat small drill bit, and this one's kind of, some of my drill bits need to be replaced. They just don't really have the edge to them anymore, where they really kind of cut in through the plastic. With this one, I was using it earlier to modify a few parts where it's kind of hard to, like some of the yellow details for the megaparticle cannons. It was a little hard to remove those. There wasn't really anywhere to like poke them back out. So just going in behind and doing that. And there we go. Okay. And we'll obviously probably modify that a little bit more too. Well, I'm going to have to, because this definitely isn't going to be, no. We'll have to go up a drill bit size, but we'll do that once we get the holes actually working with these little parts. Makes me really wish I had some kind of vise to work with, like that Display vise or any one of those like modeling vices. Okay, and so got those holes poked out, and then we're just going to do same thing on this side. Go ahead and get somewhat of a little, you could also do this with your hobby knife as well. There we go. I just like that because it's actually just a straight little point. So go ahead. There we go. There. And then we'll go ahead and switch out this drill bit, and got mine right here. None of them are labeled, of course, so we're kind of going to be guesstimating a little bit. I think this probably will be the right size for this wire. And just slowly let's go ahead and see how that fits. Oh, that'll probably be pretty much perfect once we sand and kind of do a little bit of cleanup. That should be pretty much perfect. Yeah, just like that. And I'm probably gonna glue these ends inside there. And then we'll go ahead and just gently, so I don't want to stress, put too much stress in the plastic and crack it or anything like that. Would definitely be easy to repair and fix, but not perfect, but you know, that'll get the job done. We'll go ahead and knock it out on this side as well. And I am kind of angling it, the drill bit, just a little bit. That's what I was kind of afraid of there. Is that plastic really stressing. But hey, we did it without breaking anything. And same on this side. Go ahead. And just be hopefully a little careful. There we go. Cool. I've gone ahead, drilled out some holes there. And go ahead and take, I got this sanding brick here. Kind of flush those down. And do the same with these here. And then got, it's just an 800 grit sanding sponge here. And go ahead and kind of clean up that. Again, this part's pretty hard to hold in my fingers. I have some like rubberized like gloves I could probably use to get a little bit better of a grip, but that should be good. And then do the same over here. Just kind of try to sand and get those nice and kind of flush and clean looking. Just like that. There we go. And then, yeah, like I said, I'll be able to just slide those in like so, and probably just put a little drop of glue or something like that on this back side. Let that dry, and then shouldn't have any issues with that. Let me see how this wire too. Actually, no, it's about the same. It's about the same either way, so go ahead. I'm going to set these off to the side, get these little sections cleaned up real quick. And then we'll continue on to modifying the rest of it. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing here. Just clean it up with the 800 grit. Something about like that there. Yeah. These little pieces are definitely a little bit of a nightmare to hold on to properly. That should be good enough. So set those over here to the side. And these should be simple enough, because these wires just feed down in here and are on like a little bit of a ball joint in both sections. but should be able to just run wires straight up through there into the head, and really isn't going to be much of a modification required. Yeah, I'll probably just set these off to the side, and we'll just run either wire or, let me see, I do also have some spring. It's a little thin. This is just some random scraps of spring that I had lying around. This one would probably work a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure what the size is. It's not I know it's not 3, so it's probably about 2.5, I think. And I thought I did have some, like a pack of 2.5 millimeter spring, but I guess I don't. So that one works pretty well, but I don't think, let's see. Yeah, no. This may just be barely enough. Let me see if this black one, this doesn't look, yeah, no, this is gonna be a little too thin also. Let me see. Though, thinking about it now, this spring, this may actually work out a little better than the wire idea. Though the wire is plastic, I gotta see if it would work with thin cement. If it works with thin cement, then I may just do that, but if not, I can always just use that for those sections. Yeah, let me see. Because if I have enough of this to make this work, we may just do that. I think I do. Let me measure this. So we got about 1.5 inches. So, let's go ahead and give this just a little snip. Well, there we go. May have to fix a little bit of that, but yeah. There we go. And that should, may have to put, run a piece of jewelry wire through there, but that should, it's kind of dry fitting. Yeah, that should work out nice. I'm gonna take just a little bit of, no, I'd rather use some of this jewelry wire here. And give myself just a little bit, so that way if I need to, I can fold it and it'll stay in a little bit more secure. But we'll do kind of just bend it to shape like how these are. Kind of have a similar shape going. And these are all just kind of like rough shaping. Not really worried about everything being super refined and precise yet. When we get a little closer to reassembling the parts and stuff, then we'll worry about that. But for now, that should be good. Or, you know, I did have this too. This might actually, no, it's not really going to change much. So let's go ahead and shape this one also. Just get kind of that rough shape there. And that's this section pretty much knocked out. I mean, I will have to either glue or find a way to kind of modify that, but let's see. Not for the most part, that should be pretty much good. Yeah. And so I'll glue that in here in just a moment, the bottom of that piece. And these can just kind of go off to the side for now. And then same with this, I'll probably, thinking about it now, will probably be a better idea to use this spring. I think I may have just enough. Let me see this one's, so I did have some already pre-cut for a different project I was working on a while back. I ended up not using them. I think these are both the same size. Yeah. And these actually probably work a little bit better. So yeah, I think we're gonna, instead of doing the plastic wire, we'll just do springs for those as well. And so I think that may just be about the perfect size. May want them to be a little longer, not sure. Let me see, I think I have, and that's another, yeah, that's the same piece. So I'm gonna keep those scraps over here for now, and then we'll come back to that section here in just a moment. And then I also have these here, which I'm thinking, what is it? 3mm piping. This 3mm spring probably be pretty much perfect for that. So I'm gonna cut, because I want to keep these connection points here and the ones on the bottom here. So I'll just go ahead and just clip these from there. And then same with how I did there, I'll just drill in some new holes, drill in a new hole here, and yeah, that should be pretty, again, a pretty quick and simple little fix. But actually, what may make this even more simple is if I leave a little bit of the original plastic spring. Now Now this isn't going to fit over the top here, but I do have some 0.4 that will. So we could also do that and just clip these little tab sections. Yeah, I think that might actually work a little bit better. So let me go ahead and clip those. Clip those out. And that way we can kind of bulk it out a little bit, get the 0.4 instead. And, well, this will still need to be modified a little bit, just because for some reason it has like this little bit of molding here. But actually, where's my, we just take the hobby blade and see, maybe easier if I cut that. And just kind of cut that section away. Oop, wrong one. And kind of may still, actually, let me see something. Yeah, I think if we do that, cut some of that there, get a little bit more of that trimmed off. That actually may work. Not sure. Nah, I think I'm still just gonna have to cut that away, drill a hole, and then fill in. Oh well, it was worth the shot though. So let's go ahead. And we'll clip that piece and come and try to clip that somewhat cleanly. And then same with this here. I'll just cut and cut and clip that little piece away as well. And yeah, we'll just have to drill out some holes here. So take my hobby blade, just go ahead and get hole started, and I'll have to, I may not have to, well no, because if I'm using the 0.3, then I'm gonna have to clip those, but go ahead. And this one actually already has a hole in it from the cut, so that's cool. It's like they knew I was going to modify this. There. And we'll go ahead and we'll just clip that and clip that. And go ahead and get our holes started here. Yeah. And taking our drill bit, we can go ahead and just start drawing that out. There we go. And do the same on this side here. And then we'll go back through, kind of sand, clean all that up. There we go. And so, if I could get a hold of those. There. And then we'll sand all that up and get it clean. Go ahead, do these here on the bottom as well. And then I'll probably just use some CA glue. To secure those in. These I may not drill out all the way. I'm gonna probably have to drill them just a little bigger because that's not necessarily a 0.3. Or, see, this is just some electrical, like I think this was like a USB or something like that that I had, an old USB wire. And those could work too. That could work too. But we're still gonna need to drill these holes just a little bit bigger. Okay. And let's go ahead and switch out our drill bit for this one here. Still gonna need to be just a little bit bigger, but we're getting there. Just kind of gradually widening these holes out little by little. Oh yeah, that should be the one. There. And just very gently, carefully. Even this one may need to be. I have a circular file that should take care of that actually pretty easily. To get those last little bit widened out. Like I said, with this USB wire, that actually may work out pretty well too. Give us a little bit of like difference and stuff like that, so not everything's just spring. But we'll see. Regardless, it still needs to be widened up a little bit more. We can just go ahead and separate those now. And let me see. I think the only other one I have that's even wider than that is going to probably be too wide. No. And no, it would be this here, but this is 9/64. I can see, but I don't think so. Yeah, that's going to be too much. So I'll go for the other option, which let's just take a round metal file and just do kind of like that. And see if that kind of gives us the little bit extra that we need. And yeah. That should be that should be pretty much perfect there. Let's go ahead and kind of Yep. It's a little bit of a snug fit, but I think that actually will work out pretty well. And like I said, it kind of changes up a little bit. Not everything's just going to be spring. We can actually get some different wire and stuff like that in there. Sorry, my allergies are going a little crazy right now. And make sure that fits nice down in there. Cool. And I really should have probably measured that a little bit, but if I had to guesstimate, let's see. What are we working with here? Roughly about 5.5. Right, about 5.5 inches. So I think if we just did probably about a little over 2 on each side, I think that should probably be about good. And just kind of rough looking, probably something about like that. Probably still a little too long, but it'll be able to kind of flex and bend into shape. And if needed, I can kind of glue them as well. Yeah, so probably something about like that. Let me get this side just a little bit. wider and loosened so we can, yeah, like something like that. And then these actually will plug. These have a piece that they plug over up here. So yeah, I may have to glue those in place just to make sure, but for the most part, should be all good. And if not, yeah, figure it out when we get there. Because I don't think, yeah, that's not gonna really work, and neither will the 0.3. No. Yeah, no, that's probably about as good as that's gonna get. Let me go ahead and kind of clean these up. Okay. And then that'll be glued together in the end as well. Keep those though. And same with here. Just go ahead and move those up there. And just get these nice and okay, and that should be good. Go ahead and get this one cleaned up. those situated over there. And now, these are going to be the hard ones. These sections here, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to be able to modify these. Not sure what to do here. Could just cut. And cut there. And then go ahead and sand this mold line away. So go ahead, and there's still a little bit of it up under here and here. Which got this. Now, how to go about this? Let me get my smaller drill bits. I mean, not drill bit, my smaller drills here. And I can maybe go like a little bit at an angle. Kind of be like that. And maybe kind of take Small piece of wire kind of like that, but it's going to be a little weird going from something that's supposed to be pretty thick to, yeah. But playing around with the kind of proportions of everything is also not necessarily, I think, going to look bad either. It might actually look kind of okay with like having some thinner wire like down through this section. And there's also this jewelry wire, which may work out pretty well too. Actually, that might, I think using this may actually not be too bad of an idea. Might be the safest, easiest kind of way to go about that. Let me clean this section up here. And also we'll leave that little kind of connection detail intact. Let me go ahead. Let's do it on this side also. And if needed, yeah, we'll just have to kind of drill at a little bit of an angle into it. Okay, not too bad. Let me see. Just to, let me see, I think I had a piece of some wire just about the same size. Thought I put it over here. I guess I didn't. That's probably about similar. This metal bit. Just to kind of get an idea here. Make sure it's not going to interfere with the connection or anything. So in here you won't even be able to see it in this bottom section. No, you won't even really be able to tell either. So that might actually be the way to go. Let me go ahead and clip this one as well. And then we'll kind of refine and modify that some more. So as far as like drilling the hole up into here, it's not going to matter because that'll be completely covered up. So I don't have to worry about anything interacting or getting all jumbled. It's just this bottom section here where these pegs connect. You'll have a little bit showing, but I mean, it's going to be hidden behind it, so that's not really that big of a deal either. So go ahead and basically do the same, kind of go at a little bit of an angle here and with a smaller bit. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll basically just do the same here. And then I think we may be able to go up a size, and that should allow us for a little bit more option when it comes to wire. Because if I can use this, for instance, this size wire would be a lot more preferable. But we'll see. Let's see if we can kind of getting there. Getting there. So I don't think I can go behind here. Nah, that won't really work as well. And let's see if I can go maybe just one more size up. And I think we'll probably call it there. We probably, well, now that I've done that, we will have to get rid of the connection point detail now, I think, but hey, we did it. Cool. And you know what? I wasn't really too married to the idea of having those details there anyways, but a little sad we couldn't keep them. But let's go ahead, let's get that drilled out and get this side here. And then I'm just going to kind of clean up all these pieces, get the wires fitted in now that we know everything will fit right. yeah, like I said, I'm going to get these pieces cleaned up, get the wires all fitted and installed, and then in the next video, I guess we'll start going over painting and getting everything kind of situated. But I'll see y'all in that one when I get to it.